And also keeping a close eye on your forecast, tracking some isolated showers out there right now, but a stormy pattern is on the way. I'll be breaking down all the forecast details you need to know coming up.
First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather, Fox 10 News.
Let's turn our attention now to the local forecast. Mostly sunny skies out there. But again, even with the cloud cover, you've got that high UV index. Meteorologist Jennifer Lambers is here with a look at the weather conditions. It's hot.
It is. It really is. I know. It's July. We're used to it. And so we almost root for pictures like that where it helps cool us down just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, not much of a difference until you actually start to see some of the rain out there. But unfortunately, there's really no end in sight to this pattern moving ahead of us. So
it's part of summertime. We get it.
We embrace it. We embrace it here. You just get creative with those ways to cool down. But let's go ahead and track the forecast out there. A look at conditions across the southeast. Things pretty active much further north. Central Mississippi, Alabama, really starting to notice some of those showers and storms ramping up for portions just closer towards the Golden Triangle there in Mississippi. Also just closer towards Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, seeing the majority of that rain activity here locally. It's very isolated. We have one isolated shower just taking place closer towards Mobile County. You can see it just a little bit from that camera view earlier, but also one of those closer towards Okaloosa County on the Florida side. So here's really where we're starting to see some of that activity taking place. Isolated showers just now really on both sides of I-65 there, along with I-165. So downtown Mobile starting to see some of those closer towards Tolman Mill, just moving into Pritchard. Midtown also seeing some of those showers. And if you're located closer towards South Alabama, that's where we're seeing some of that moderate rain. Looks like we had just one isolated lightning strike out there, but much more active showers and storms on the Florida side, just closer towards Deerland and Forest Highlands. Some of that getting closer towards I-10. Just make sure that you're driving carefully out there. Here's that view once again from our battleship camera, brought to you by Navigator Credit Union. That's going to be rain just there on the back side of it. Was even seeing a few of those raindrops closer towards the causeway portion here. Drive carefully, double check your headlights are on if you find yourselves at any of those heavy showers. But look at those temperatures. It's hot, like Lene said, resting in the upper 80s, dew points upper 70s. It's muggy air, so it's feeling like 100 degrees out there right now. Those temperatures all across our area, upper 80s, lower to mid 90s. But taking the humidity into account, triple digits for many spots out there. Stay hydrated, take breaks. But I'll talk more about our forecast and the rain chances that I'm tracking on the horizon. All that's coming up in just a little bit. Lenise.
All right, thanks.
Well, check again on our traffic conditions out there and a live view from the Eastern Shore looking towards the Bayway. Quite a few cars out there, but here's the good news. As you do approach closer towards Baldwin County, you are going to have some of that smooth moving traffic out there. But just checking in, the good news, no major accidents out there. Traffic moving smoothly on I-65. Just starting to see some of those sticky spots there just on the north side of Airport, but heading closer towards Wallace Tunnel. That's really where we're going to start to see some of this congestion building in. Traveling eastbound, backing up closer towards Virginia Street. Also seeing some of that backing up just closer towards the Africatown Bridge. Traveling westbound, it's mainly going to be some of those sticky spots right as soon as you get towards the tunnel. Still some of that congestion out there in the middle of the Bayway traveling towards Baldwin County just because you have that causeway on ramp. The rest of the causeway looks fantastic. No major disruptions on the Eastern Shore, but I'll continue to monitor and keep you updated throughout the rest of the afternoon and evening. Lenise.
All right, Jen.
Well, taking another look at our forecast and a live view outside from our All-In Credit Union camera at Dauphin. Still starting to see some of that sunshine. Still a little gray and gloomy out there. Traffic slowly moving in and out of Wallace Tunnel. So just get ready for more of that summer congestion in case you're heading out the door anytime soon. But also keep in mind, it's hot. Blast that AC for your drive because once you really take the temperatures into account plus the humidity, it's feeling hot and toasty out there. Now a reminder, our Milton sensor, it always likes to exaggerate just a little bit, but many spots out there still feeling easily like the triple digits, 100 degrees to 105 out there. It's hot, it's humid, and we're going to be rooting for the sun to set just to help cool us down. Now we are still just starting to see some of those isolated showers and thunderstorms out there. Once that sun begins to set just a little bit before 8 o'clock, that's when we lose that fuel for some of these storms, that daytime heating, so those chances begin to fizzle out, and we're left with some of those mostly clear skies later later on tonight, with those temperatures slowly beginning to tumble, lower 80s by the time we get closer towards 8 and 9 o'clock. Here's radar right now. So again, it's extremely isolated where we're seeing some of this activity just closer towards Okaloosa County. Mobile County also began to see some of those showers. They're slowly just making their way further towards the north. Not the most organized, really not even seeing any lightning or thunder in that Mobile cell right there. But here's timing things out in our futurecast. It's struggling just a little bit. That's a little similar to what we're seeing out there. And that one just wanted to make its way into Baldwin County. But as we get closer towards 6 and 7 o'clock, more of those showers will continue to push further towards our inland spots. So still a decent shot to see one of those passing showers closer towards Washington, Monroe, Conecuh counties and Clark counties heading further along into tonight. But then that sun sets a little bit before 8 o'clock. We see those chances beginning to fizzle out. It turns quiet overnight. And it's going to be nice starting off for tomorrow morning. We're going to be greeting our Wednesday with just some of the sunshine out there, a little bit of cloud cover, some offshore showers once again possible. But then it's mainly going to be after lunchtime. That's when we see more of that cloud cover beginning to push in, more of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms, and rain coverage tomorrow a little higher than what we saw for today. It was only 30% for today, bumping it up to 40% tomorrow. So still a decent chance to not see anything, or you start to see some of those showers or storms, highest coverage coming into play closer towards the dinner time hour. And waking up tomorrow morning, temperatures starting off the day just in a range of those 70s out there, upper 70s closer towards the immediate coastline, but it's still going to be hot and toasty. Once we get further along into the afternoon, daytime highs, upper 80s, lower 90s. Feeling once again more like the triple digits. Take breaks, stay hydrated if you're spending any time outdoors. And then the Rip Curl rest at our local beaches. Low heading into tomorrow, but heads up by Thursday. It does bump up to moderate. Be cautious out there, especially in case you are heading out towards the Blues practice, closer towards Pensacola Beach there on Thursday. Improvements by Friday heading into the weekend. And here's what I'm tracking over the next few days. I mentioned it at the top of the show. It's summertime here, so our summertime pattern continues. No end in sight. Hot, toasty, humid, and stormy in the afternoons. I'll talk more about your forecast coming up in just a little bit. Lenise.
All right.
Taking another look at your forecast and a live view outside from our Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai camera brought at the Admiral. And you can just start to see some of the gray, gloomy clouds out there, but still a nice view at the SS United States. And the traffic moving smoothly. It's slow, but hey, it's moving out there. Just a reminder, it's a great time to go ahead, download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you're staying updated with all of the changes out there, especially right now. If you head on over towards that radar feature, if you press in the bottom right corner, you will see that past button. If you click on it, it will go ahead and change it to past plus future. And that way you have an interactive futurecast in the palm of your hand that runs out in just a few hours. So for the days ahead of us, in case you have any of those outdoor plans, a great tool to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and take a live view outside. We're heading into southern Baldwin County. Things look nice down in Orange Beach. Really stunning out there. Some nice vibrant water. A lot of folks getting out there and enjoying it. But hey, it is hot and it is toasty out there. Those temperatures, unfortunately, the sensor is out, but the temperatures are resting just in the upper 80s. Feels like temperatures easily in the triple digits closer towards southern Baldwin County, but it's that way all across the Gulf Coast. In case you are going to be heading on out towards the beach over the next few days, the Rip Curl risk heading into tomorrow, low, Thursday, moderate, back down to low just in time for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So in case you're going to be heading that way, just make sure you're being cautious. Always know the name of the beach you're located on, where the closest lifeguard stand is. Pay close attention to those beach flags. But also heading into the next few days, we have quite the show across the Gulf Coast, and it all kicks off heading into tomorrow. Breakfast with the Blues will start off tomorrow morning at 7:30. Great conditions for it. Those temperatures quickly warming up to the upper 80s by 9 o'clock. But I'll talk more about your forecast and what I'm tracking for the week coming up in just a little bit. Lenise.
All right, thank you.
Well, welcome back into Fox 10 News and taking a live look outside right now. This is going to be over downtown Mobile from our social experiment camera. Traffic slowly moving, heading into Bankhead Tunnel. In case you're going to be traveling from Mobile to Baldwin counties anytime soon, just heads up, we're seeing some of that typical summertime congestion out there. Temperatures right now, it's hot and toasty. We're resting in the upper 80s, but feeling more like 100 degrees once you take that humidity into account. And it's only going to continue heading into tomorrow. By the second half of your Wednesday, those daytime highs are going to be maxing out Few upper 80s, mainly the lower to mid 90s out there, continuing just to stay hot and toasty. But do keep in mind, really, once you take that humidity into account, it's going to be feeling much warmer out there. We will continue just to feel a bit on the toasty side out there. Here's going to be a look at those current temperatures out there. But heat indices heading into your Wednesday afternoon, once again, easily going to be feeling like the triple digits. So those upper 90s, 100 degrees out there. Stay hydrated, take breaks. Unfortunately, there's really no end in sight with those heat indices over the next few days. Only going to continue to stay in the triple digits, even seeing those go up heading into tomorrow and especially by the second half of the weekend. So do just keep that in mind in case you are planning anything out there that you do want to take those breaks. Just be flexible with any of those plans, as you might start to see just some of the heat really beginning to move in. Let's go ahead and time things out once again on our Futurecast. So we're starting off for this afternoon. More of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms still going to be tracking further inland heading into tonight. Once that sun begins to set, we turn a bit more quiet out there, and we're going to be waking up with some sunshine to begin for your Wednesday. A little more cloud cover will start to pop up heading into the afternoon, and then by the second half of the day, that's when those rain chances will once again begin to pop up. Higher chances than what we saw for today, so you're looking at a decent chance to see one of those passing showers or thunderstorms. But here's a look at the next 7 days. Summertime pattern continues with no end in sight. I'll keep you updated heading into the 5 o'clock hour. Lenise. Checking back in on your traffic conditions right now. Live view outside from the Eastern Shore, looking towards the Bayway. Traffic moving smoothly for this portion of the Bayway, but still seeing some of those sticky spots out there. In case you're heading out the door anytime soon, we are starting to see some of that congestion. I-65 just closer towards Spring Hill. There is a vehicle that's just on the shoulder there, so just make sure that you're being cautious. Once you move past it, things begin to move smoothly. Heavy congestion heading into Wallace Tunnel in both directions. Still starting to see some of those sticky spots eastbound just on the Bayway. Causeway looks great, so in case you're heading out the door anytime soon, 14 minutes for that eastbound travel on the Bayway, 10 minutes westbound. I'll continue to keep you updated on your traffic and weather in the 5 p.m. hour. Lenise.